Hey, praise partiers, believers, and viewers. I hope all is well. I'm going to go ahead and try to keep this brief. Um, I'm here with the breakdown for this week. And so a lot has transpired this week. There has been so much turmoil in the air, centered around justice and Black lives and everything's continuation of all the craziness that's happening in 2020. Um, all the crazy stuff, but I'm going to get right to it. So I wanted to originally do a continuation of the controversy that was surrounding this cuties on Netflix and sexualizing Black young girls, in addition to how that ties into WAP and the representation that we have as young Black girls, young Black women. And I especially wanted just for us to protect young Black girls and representation and what they see as being represented. And I had a profound thought yesterday about, growing up as a young Black girl in America. What if, instead of being sexualized, instead of being, for me personally, instead of being sexualized in a way, instead of people giving praise for how fine your body is and things like this of that nature, what if those people that were around me in my environment cultivated me and told me how awesome my mind was, how brilliant my mind was, how smart I was, how intellectual I could be? I would probably be a lot better than I am already now, right? I would probably be a lot better if from a young age, somebody, instead of sexualizing you, comes up and says that your brain is brilliant, you are a powerful person. So what if we had that representation instead? And so I know a lot of people are hurting right now in regards to the death of Chadwick Boseman, who is the Black Panther. And so I just wanted to say rest in peace for him. Sincere condolences to his whole entire family. And the thing about that I think is so powerful is that in regards to representation, that's what Chadwick was for us as the Black Panther. When him and Ryan Coogler came along and did Black Panther, it ignited the excellence in us as Black people to say that we could have our own, we could be excellence, and we could tap into the potential that is inside of us. And so that's what that film did, and I hope we continue to follow in that excellence. And so the thing about it, with all of the racial injustice and everything that is going on, there were some team leagues in the NBA and different sports leagues around the US that they boycotted the game, they boycotted attending the game. I know the young tennis player, she said, I'm not going to play because this is just too much. And so the thing about that is, I was speaking with my mentor and she was saying, why just boycott it for a day? Why not just go ahead and start our own league and get our own thing, started, And my initial opposition was that because it's the money, like the funds and the resources and everything. And she was just breaking it down to me that those same funds and those same resources are still going to be there if we are in those ownership positions. It's just, I think, this fear that we have as Black people that, we won't have the same access to the same thing. And I think throughout history, that has been the mindset that white oppression and white supremacy has wanted Black people to have, and trying to keep us from reading and trying to keep us from education and just showing us narratives and representation that was not our best selves, was not the excellence that we can be, wanting to keep you down and not let you know how excellent you are and how powerful you are. And so I think as believers that that's the same thing that the enemy does. The enemy doesn't want you to see how powerful you are. The enemy doesn't want you to see how amazing you are, because he knows once you tap into that potential and once you tap into that excellence and that authority, that you're going to be unstoppable and that you're going to make an impact. So I am just thankful for the life of Chadwick Boseman, what he did with Black Panther and what he did with all his roles that he had he didn't want people to just pigeonhole him into saying no, he is the Black Panther. Every role that Chadwick Boseman that I have seen him in, he did an excellent job, and he brought the power and the authority to that role. So shout out to him. Condolences to his family. May he rest in peace, and just thank him for what he did. And so, in regards to that, I just think that we need to go forward in that same excellence, bringing the excellence to what we do and everything that we've done. And I know that Chadwick Boseman, he had a relationship with God, and he was a very empowering person just in general. He knew. So I came across some information and some quotes that he shared while he was delivering the commencement speech at Howard University. And basically, he was just talking about God and the power of God, which I know had an effect in his life. So he's quoted as saying, "Look down over what you conquered and appreciate what God has brought you through." That's what Chadwick Boseman, he said. He says, look down at what you conquered and appreciate what God has brought you through. So shout out to him for that. That's more power. And another thing that he says, when God has something for you, it doesn't matter who stands against it. Okay, it doesn't matter who stands against it, what kind of injustice imposes on that. When it's for you, when God has it for you, it doesn't matter who stands against it. So going forward, I just wanted you all to be empowered and know that you are empowered, whether you are an NBA player that, you're trying to start your own league, or anything. Just going forward, be comforted and be empowered in the fact that you have power in you, and that you have resolve in you, and that God is on your side. I know 2020 might be terrible, but God is still God, and God is not shaped or not fazed by anything that is going on. Okay, so seek first the kingdom and go forward. Be blessed and have peace. Okay, peace and blessings.